In the summer of 1950 in Los Alamos, New Mexico, a group of scientists sat down for lunch. They had been working on the most secretive and terrifying project of the 20th century, the atomic bomb. But that day, over sandwiches and coffee, their conversation drifted far away from Earth. They talked about flying saucers, comic strips, and the possibility of life among the stars. Suddenly, one of them, the great physicist Enrico Fermi, asked a question so simple yet so devastating that it has haunted science ever since. He asked, "Where is everybody?" It was a joke, a casual remark. But behind it lay a paradox so profound that it reshaped how we think about our place in the universe. Because if the cosmos is as vast and as old as we believe, then intelligent civilizations should be everywhere. The Milky Way alone contains over 200 billion stars. Many of those stars have planets. Many of those planets should be habitable. By the numbers, we should already be hearing from our cosmic neighbors. And yet, silence. No signals, no visits, no evidence. This is the Fermi Paradox, the contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial civilizations and the complete lack of contact with them. And once you start to think about it, the question won't let you go. The numbers don't lie. Let's start with the math. In 1961, another physicist, Frank Drake, tried to estimate how many intelligent civilizations might exist in our galaxy. He created what is now called the Drake equation, a simple multiplication of probabilities. How many stars form each year? How many have planets? How many of those planets are habitable? How many produce life? How many of those lives evolve intelligence? And finally, how many of those intelligences develop technology that we can detect? Even with conservative estimates, the equation often spits out a staggering number. Thousands, even millions, of civilizations in our galaxy alone. Not in the universe, just the Milky Way. So by pure statistics, we shouldn't be alone. The night sky should be buzzing with activity. Radio signals, probes, megastructures, signs of intelligent life should be everywhere. And yet, when we turn our telescopes to the heavens, we get nothing but the quiet hum of natural physics. The Great Silence. Astronomers call it the Great Silence. It's not just silence, it's an abyss. For decades, projects like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, have scanned the skies for signals. We've built enormous radio telescopes, pointed them at the stars, and waited. But the universe does not answer. All we get is the cosmic background noise left over from the Big Bang and the occasional hiss of a pulsar. It's as if the universe is whispering, "You are alone." But are we? Or is there another explanation? Hypothesis 1. They don't exist. The simplest explanation for the Fermi Paradox is brutal. Maybe we are alone. Maybe life is so rare, so improbable that it only happened once, in a small corner of a small galaxy on a pale blue dot we call Earth. Biologists call this the rare Earth hypothesis. Yes, there are billions of planets, but perhaps the exact combination that created life here, liquid water, stable climate, a large moon to stabilize our axis, a protective magnetic field, plate tectonics recycling nutrients, was a cosmic lottery win. If that's true, then we are the only show in town. A lonely oasis in a desert that stretches for billions of light years. It's a humbling thought, and a terrifying one. Because if we are the only intelligent life, then the responsibility to preserve it rests entirely on us. There are no others. No backup. No second chances. Hypothesis 2, the Great Filter. But maybe civilizations do exist. Maybe they appear often, but they don't last. This is the idea of the Great Filter. Somewhere along the path from stardust to intelligent life, there is a barrier that almost no species can cross. Perhaps the filter is behind us. Maybe the origin of life itself is the impossible step. If so, we're safe. We've already made it through. But what if the filter lies ahead? What if intelligence is common, but self-destruction is inevitable? Look at our own species. In less than a century of technological civilization, We have invented nuclear weapons, climate change, engineered pandemics, and artificial intelligence. Tools powerful enough to end us, created faster than our wisdom to control them. Maybe every civilization reaches this point. Maybe they burn bright, create wonders, build cities, and then collapse. Perhaps the universe is filled with the ruins of species who reached for the stars and fell before they could grasp them. That would explain the silence. The stars are graveyards, and we just haven't stumbled across the tombstones yet. Hypothesis 3. They are hiding. Of course, maybe the aliens are out there, but they don't want to be found. This is the dark forest hypothesis, inspired by the Chinese author Liu Cixin. Imagine the universe as a dark forest. Each civilization is a hunter, moving silently among the trees. To reveal yourself is to risk death, because you don't know whether the others are friendly or predators. So everyone stays quiet. No signals, no radio chatter, no glowing megastructures. Just silence, enforced by fear. In this vision, the great silence isn't the absence of life, it's the presence of paranoia. If so, then maybe we are the naive ones, shouting our existence into the void with radio transmissions and golden records. Maybe the universe has heard us and is deciding what to do. Hypothesis 4. They are already here. There's also the more unsettling possibility. Maybe they are here. Maybe they have always been here. Perhaps UFOs are more than weather balloons and optical illusions. Perhaps they are probes, watching us from the shadows. Or perhaps they were here long before us, hidden beneath oceans, buried under ice, camouflaged in ways we cannot perceive. Carl Sagan once said, "Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence." So far, the evidence is weak, anecdotal, unproven. But it lingers, whispering, what if? Even if UFOs are just tricks of the light, the idea that aliens might already know about us, that they might see us as infants playing with fire, fits the paradox in its own eerie way. Hypothesis 5. They are beyond us. Finally. Maybe the aliens exist, but they are simply beyond our comprehension. Imagine explaining TikTok to a medieval farmer. Imagine showing a smartphone to a caveman. They wouldn't just fail to understand. They wouldn't even have the concepts to begin. What if alien civilizations are so advanced, so transformed, that their existence is invisible to us? Maybe they live in the fabric of space-time itself. Maybe they have transcended biology and merged with their machines. Maybe they no longer communicate with radio waves, but with physics we haven't even discovered. To us, they would look like silence. But to them, we are just too primitive to notice. The mirror in the paradox. The Fermi Paradox isn't just about aliens. It's about us. When we ask, where is everybody? We're also asking, what will happen to us? If the great filter is behind us, then we are rare and precious. If it's ahead of us, then we are doomed, unless we learn humility. If the universe is a dark forest, then maybe silence is safety. But perhaps the most haunting possibility is this. Maybe we are the first. Maybe we are the civilization that will break the silence. Maybe it's our destiny to spread across the stars, to fill the void with life and thought. If so, then every choice we make matters. Our survival is not guaranteed. Our future is not written. But in a galaxy where silence reigns, perhaps we are the voice that will echo first. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember Enrico Fermi's question. The stars are countless. The probabilities are staggering. And yet, for now, the universe remains quiet. Where is everybody? Maybe the answer is us.